Hi everybody, I am Toby Tungle with AVNation. I am here at ISE 2023 in the wonderful Barcelona. I am here with Anders Karlsson. How are you today, sir?
I'm doing great. It's a great show so far.
Yeah, how has Barcelona been treating you so far?
Yeah, really good, but it's a little bit colder this time compared to May. It was 25 degrees, sunshine, but I guess more people will be at the booth and not at the beach. So.
Yeah, the show floor was really busy yesterday.
Yeah, it was really, really good. Yeah.
Today, I've noticed there's even more people out running around, which is it's kind of that pre-pandemic show attendance, and I'm really happy to see that. Our industry really thrives off that.
Yeah, I think this is one of the bigger events of the whole year. The whole industry comes together. There's a lot of product launches, and also, it's a small industry. Everybody knows each other. So it's like a big, like a company event almost. Mm-hmm. Yeah, getting all old friends.
Yeah, certainly. And it's the pandemic really prevented us from doing that for so many years, and I was able to connect with a lot of friends that I haven't seen in 2 or 3 years. I wasn't able to attend in May last year, although I hear it was beautiful because it was much warmer. So certainly, we're going to put in a suggestion box to maybe move it maybe a month. Maybe, I don't know. See if we get a little bit warmer.
Yeah.
This is the winter here, and for where I'm from in the States, this is still warmer than at home currently. So I'm enjoying it, but certainly it'd be nice to see some of the things blooming.
Yeah.
So let's dive right in.
Yeah.
Humley, hybrid workspace. You guys have got some really cool things going on. What do you guys have relative to the AV industry and in supporting some of that growth as we go back to the office?
Yeah, I think that we've seen a lot of interesting things. I mean, the Humley brand just started off as a separate entity within our group of companies at ISE actually back in Amsterdam in 2020. So we kind of launched right into the pandemic with our kind of smart workplace solutions, which was a little bit challenging, to be honest. I mean, delivering kind of solutions for the office when no one was in the office. But I think for us, it's been kind of a great timing because we were able to, have our hybrid workplace tools in place, even before the pandemic happened. So I think in that regard, we've really been lucky, being ready with our solutions before everything happened. Because now we see that even the kind of struggles that people had before with, let's say, meeting room, collaboration spaces, coordinating people and so on, that has just been amplified with the pandemic. Because, previously you kind of know that everybody was working at the office, Mm-hmm. So if you're going into the office, I know I will meet you, right? And in the pandemic, you kind of know that, everybody's working from home. So
certainly,
we have this video call, there's no confusion. But at this point, when people are working maybe 2-3 times a day in the office or at home, it becomes a little bit more complicated. You need to keep organized, make sure you have the collaboration spaces available to you, and also knowing if your colleagues are going to be there or if they're working from home. So
yeah, you're right. So we've shifted from the mindset of, well, we're going to have a meeting and everyone has to be in the office to we all had the Zoom fatigue for quite a while in video. But people are really striving for that experience of, if I have to be in the office and collaborate with 1 or 2 people and still have remote folks, I want them to know where I'm going to be. They want to have a very similar ease of use for the technology in the space. They want to know where the meeting space is at. And if you need to be at home, it's the same interaction regardless of where you're at. And I feel like there's manufacturers that are really grasping that and really helping our industry and our user experience get so much more faster and accelerated from that perspective, and others that are really lagging behind. And it's great to see that you guys are pushing forward with that, because I think that's really going to help set the tone for 3, 4, 5 years out, and even further from that matter.
Yeah. I mean, because the pendulum has kind of swung from, on one side, fully at the office 5 days a week to nothing at the office. Now it's kind of back, somewhere in between. Mm-hmm. I think that's really, and the way it's going to stay, to be honest. And I think that now people are just figuring out how are we going to adapt our workplaces, how they're going to, make it easier for our knowledge workers in particular to kind of focus on their job, making it easy for them to collaborate, find ways to do that. And in that way, I think the office is getting a little bit of a new role. Mm-hmm. I mean, it's no longer, we call it like a workplace, right? Mm-hmm. But it's not so much about the place to sit down and work. So it's more of like a collaboration place or a place to socialize or build company culture.
Sure.
So I think that's going to be a big shift. And I think what we can do as a vendor in this space is really to kind of, offload the actual workers or the kind of specialists, the knowledge workers and so on, so that, the collaboration spaces are available and it's, easy to access and it's easy to know, synchronize when your colleagues will be in office. So they don't need to think about it because, we don't want to text already the people with, even more cognitive load, so to speak.
Certainly.
To having to figure out, I need to check with this or this person if they're going to be in tomorrow. I just have my system to help me with that, and maybe suggest times to meet, and when I go in, maybe help me, find a parking location or reserve a desk for me while I'm still at the office to do a meeting and things like that.
The reserve of a desk situation is becoming more and more popular.
Yeah.
In the States, we call it kind of a hoteling,
Yeah.
and it's taken away that mindset of I need to have a dedicated desk with all of my stuff and pictures and all the fun stuff that goes with it, to I'm going to the office to do something, collaborate as you mentioned, or I need to work on drawings, and that you can reserve the space dedicated for that to be more productive.
Yeah.
And I really like that, and I love the fact that you can help really structure some of that and make it easy. And know, because calendar alignment is insane for a lot of companies anyway, but if you can help make that really easy for a person in accounting perhaps that needs to go in and work on spreadsheets, they may want a larger display and they know this room and that room, or maybe they want to have a different desk, all that kind of ties into it together. So that's really awesome. So shifting gears a little bit, you guys on the floor, what do you guys have on the floor that we should go see and go and check out? And to be fair, you guys are on my short list to try to get to this afternoon. I've got a little bit of time. We'll see if these guys let me out of here early, but what do you guys have out on the floor?
No, so I think it's a super interesting show this year coming from, Humbly. I mean, we being a Swedish workplace experience brand, we're really trying to, showcase the whole kind of experience for us in this booth today. Of course, we have a very special new announcement here at ISE, which means a new product that's what we call the Humbly booking device. And it's really, think of a desk booking device, right? Because that's where we started, and that was the use case that we started with. But we really saw that you can book a lot of things, and like parking spaces, demo equipment, and other kind of even pool cars or things like that. And we wanted to create a very flexible, easy-to-use system that you can use to book any kind of resource. Of course, there are some special, functions for booking desks and so on, like if you have a motorized desk, you can raise and lower it from it, and those kind of things. Yeah.
Standing desks are important.
Yeah, but we also saw that after the pandemic, actually, when everybody started working, with video meetings and hybrid meetings and things like that, even when they're in office, they have this need of maybe going away into a phone booth, kind of sitting a little bit secluded, because if you're in an open area, you might want to go away a little bit and you don't want to take up a full meeting room. So this kind of desk booking device that we conceptualized is also so flexible, so you could use it on, let's say, a phone booth or like a small meeting space that's just for one person in a very flexible way. And I think that has actually been one of the hot topics at our booth this year.
How big is that device?
It's quite small. It's about the 3.5-inch display. It's fully touch, fully RGB. We have the same kind of, for those who are familiar with the Humbly family of products, it has a very strong family resemblance.
Okay.
We put a lot of efforts into our kind of Scandinavian design. Been awarded a lot of awards over the years, which we're very proud of course. You always think your own baby is beautiful, but
certainly
it's always good to hear it from the experts.
No, I mean your product lines are very sleek, and I think that shows really well for some of the future of what we're trying to bring the workplace environment, to not have an old clunky thing sitting on your desk, right? Is that device PoE powered, locally powered? I'm assuming it's communicating via Wi-Fi.
Yeah, so we have a PoE power as an option. You can also power it with a power adapter and use over Wi-Fi. It also have touch, NFC, RFID, Bluetooth.
All the bells and whistles.
All the bells and whistles, and I think it's it's a little bit of a secret so far, but it's going to be super aggressively priced. So we're showing prototypes here today, going into mass production end of March. So it should be in customer hands at a really fantastic price at end of April.
Oh wow!
So,
so supply chain is strong for you guys. That's really great to hear.
So
everybody remember this right now. Supply chain is good.
Yeah, and I think that's one of our strong points. I think we have been able to deliver all over the all through the pandemic, all through the component crisis and everything.
Awesome.
So yeah, that means our vendors, or sorry, our resellers can rely on us, knowing that whatever they bring to the customer, they know that they get in a couple of weeks. So.
That's fantastic, especially with some of the challenges that we are experiencing as an industry. So, well, I really appreciate your time today, sir. Do you want to tell the folks where they might be able to reach out to you or Humbly's website? Yes,
for the show, if you're still in Barcelona, of course, you should come visit us at our And if you want to know anything more about us, you can go to our website, which is humly.com. And there you'll find every information you'll need. And of course, you're welcome to contact any of our nice people working at our company.
Fantastic. Well, thank you again, sir. I really appreciate your time. I am Toby Tungo for AVNation. If you'd like to see what more we're doing at ISE, go to avnation.tv.